Hi everybody, Donald here. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up that this upcoming Thursday, April 28th, we will be doing an episode of General Geekery live on twitch.tv/RyuzakiMK7. We're going to be finishing off Anime April this year by talking about the 2009 animated film Redline, directed by Takeshi Koike. If you guys want to check us out talking about that episode this upcoming Thursday, we'll be going live on twitch.tv/RyuzakiMK7 at around 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll have updates and everything like that available on all of our social media pages, as well as in our Discord, the links of which are in the description of this episode. So, we'll hope to see you guys then, and without further ado, please enjoy this episode of the General Geekery Podcast. Let's just dive right on into it, shall we?
Yes.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, sometimes you just choke on air.
Yeah, definitely. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the General Geekery Podcast.
Woo!
This is, of course, the podcast where we love to geek out about all that we love to geek out about with no remorse.
No regrets.
And with all of the enthusiasm in the world.
Indeed.
And welcome back to Anime April 2022. Of course, Anime April is the month that we geek out about all things anime, and we got a special one for you guys today. As always, I am your resident coffee ninja by day, actor, gamer, and streamer by night. I am Donald Kuzinski back once again. Joining me as always, she is the dice slinger extraordinaire, our artiste magnificent, and our resident video game inept, the one and only Hannah Kubiak.
Hello. It is I, Hannah Kubiak.
Talking like a total NPC.
Yes, it is I, NPC, Hannah Kubiak.
Oh, man.
I work at a tavern.
She works at a coffee shop for a man named Sojiro. Making all of the coffee.
Ah, the kofifi.
The powder, the kofifi.
All right, what are we talking about today, Donald?
Well, for
the benefit of our listeners at home, I, of course, know what we are talking about.
Fair enough. So, for this episode of Anime April, I actually chose the anime that we are going to be talking about today. It's an anime that was actually just released last year, but has a huge impact on a very wide audience, and actually became one of my personal favorites from last year. Horimiya, we are talking about. Short for Hori-san to Miyamoto-kun. Horimiya is a romance comedy anime that is based off of a webcomic manga of from the early 2010s.
Okay.
So,
I'd never heard of this before I watched it for this show. So.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a main reason why I wanted to talk about it. So I have it right here. Gesundheit.
All sorts of weird noises today.
It was a Japanese web manga series written and illustrated by Hiroki Adachi under the pseudonym Hiro. It was self-published on Hiro's website, Dokai Ahen, from February 2007 to December of 2011 in a 4-panel format. The series received a wide print publication by Square Enix. Square Enix, more commonly known as the publishers for the... wait, is it a different Square Enix? Hold on, let me see. No, let me double check this.
Get your facts straight, man.
I'm making sure I'm getting my facts straight. Yes, this is the same Square that publishes for Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and other video games. They also do print publications as well. And so the recent anime adaptation for Horimiya was created by Studio Cloverworks. Studio Cloverworks, of course, has done previous television series before, including to, but not limited to, Darling in Franxx, the anime adaptation of Persona 5, some of Fairy Tail, and, of course, Promised Neverland.
Oh.
So, we have a, so yeah, there was a pedigree behind this series. There was a lot of expectations for it, because the original webcomic for Horimiya is very beloved by many, many people. I haven't read the original webcomic prior to watching this series, so I went in with honestly zero expectations when I originally first watched it last year. And across the 13 episodes, I found it to be very charming.
I was unenthused at first, but, you know.
I knew this was going to be a very difficult one for you to get into, primarily because I know rom-coms are not your thing.
They're really not my thing at all.
I know they're not your thing, but I also know you love character work.
Yeah,
so
I do.
I chose this one carefully. I chose this one very, very carefully with some apprehension and trepidation, because I didn't know if you would take to it at first, but...
Well, regardless of whether I took to it or not, I had to watch it for this, so, you know.
I had the same kind of feelings, like, after... Like, when you watched Angel Beats 2.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it gave me kind of the same sort of vibes, actually, as Angel Beats.
So that's why I approached this one with a little bit of caution when I first introduced it to you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it for my part. It's not like my favorite thing ever, but there was merit to it. I got a real Perks of Being a Wallflower vibe from it, honestly.
Okay.
Just kind of because it was about sort of like there was this reclusive kid and in high school, and fellow students kind of take him under their wing and kind of
come to us.
Kind of like adopt him, you know, like you adopt an introvert occasionally, you know, and just sort of like helped him. I guess helped him get past sort of the person that he was for the longest time, and like just sort of like really like I think recover from some like childhood depression even.
Yeah.
Like if basically like the moment you learned that he like pierced his own ears with a pin, I was like, oh, something's up.
Yeah.
You know.
We should probably dive into the story a little bit before we go.
I always just dive.
I forgot
right into talking about like thematically stuff and characters.
No,
and you're like, they don't even know what this is about.
No, it's okay because I was the one who was supposed to take charge of it, and I kind of dropped the ball on it. So just go ahead and blame me.
Okay.
I mean, I did say blame me. So our story takes place around our two main leads. Our main female lead, Kyoko Hori, who we will just name Hori from here on out. Mm-hmm. And our main male lead, Izumi Miyamura, who we will just name Miyamura from this point forward. Both of them attend the same school, but both of them are on different sides of like the social spectrum. Hori is a very popular girl in her class, as well as in the school that they attend. Very well liked by her friends. Miyamura, on the other hand, basically has the appearance of a recluse otaku, or nerd, as some would say.
Yep.
On the outside of
like,
school,
kind of a young Severus Snape vibe almost.
Like long
hair, and
no.
like very like buttoned up, and yeah.
I'm not gonna unsee this now. No.
I enjoyed that character from the beginning.
Oh man. And we find out that there's a reason why, like, he wears like winter clothes in summer, but
yeah, like he's always got like his jacket on. He's always buttoned up all the way and stuff.
Which it plays into both characters, because outside of school, both of them are entirely different. Hori is very much an at-home person. She's basically like she basically turns into like a stay-at-home parent.
Basically, yeah, because her mom's gone all the time, and she has to take care of her little brother.
Oh, Sota.
Yeah.
Young, naive Sota. I love that little kid. And Miyamura, on the other hand, on the outside, is a stunning Bishonen pretty boy covered in piercings and has actual tattoos on him.
Yep.
He got ink.
Yep.
And that's why he's afraid to show his skin in school like that, because by the norms, he would actually get in major trouble because of the tattoos.
Yeah. It's funny when he's like, wait, they're gonna be doing swimming and gym? And she's like, why is that a problem? And he's like, because of this!
And he just goes out and shows her, sometimes I can't tell if you're just incredibly bold or incredibly stupid.
Yep. Or she's just like, like the thing where he just doesn't really, he doesn't really get embarrassed about it really. She's like trying to make him uncomfortable, and she's like, hey, could you take off your shirt for a second, please? And he's like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. And
Wait,
she's like, wait, stop! He's like, you asked me to, like, just no really, like some of those social cues are not quite there, you know.
Yeah.
But he's also very sweet and sincere and very, like.
He's a precious boy, and
very,
I love him.
Yeah, very like, I guess, anxious in some ways. And yeah, like very gentle, like like the whole thing with when she's telling him like, yeah, you know, like I think it's kind of hot when you yell at me, and he's like, I don't like to do it.
Oh man, that entire trip,
that entire where what was it where she's like, can we go to the convenience store after school? And he's like, yeah, sure, you dumb hoe.
Okay, hold on. I have to ask you, did you watch the show in English or in Japanese?
English.
Okay. I was wondering.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was okay. The delivery of some of the lines was hilarious. I loved it.
The English dub for this show is actually pretty fantastic. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure. You dumb hoe.
Oh.
I love it.
Bless you, Kagi. Bless you. Kagi is his actual name is Alejandro Saab, who voices Miyamoto in English, but right. He's actually also a YouTuber that goes by under the pseudonym Kagi Films.
Okay.
So we either know him as Alejandro or Kagi.
Gotcha.
So if I refer to him as Kagi a lot, then that's why. That's how I've known him for years.
Yeah. I enjoyed his voice work.
Would you be amazed to know that actually English is his second language?
Yeah.
Yeah, English is his second language.
What's his first language?
If I'm not mistaken,
Italian, Spanish?
I want to say Spanish.
Okay.
I would like to say Spanish.
Alejandro
Saab. But
like the car.
I am deceased. So
Sure. I love it.
So for this anime, like eventually it turns into of course, it's a rom-com anime, so, of course, romance shenanigans, but what I find great about the show is that they don't waste their time getting to the actual forming of the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's not, the entire show isn't this will they, won't they kind of deal. It's,
which plagues a lot of rom-com anime!
Yep. And I didn't mind that either. I was like, oh, good. We can stop like dancing around this, and they can just be a couple, and that'll be what's happening in the show. So yeah, they get to know each other outside of school, and then they start dating, and they're in school, and people are like, how the heck did that happen? You know. And
then Miyamoto's like, I have to change the way I look so people don't bring down Hori along with me, and all of a sudden I'm beautiful. And then all the girls are fawning over him, and Hori the Ice Queen has appeared.
Oh man, what? But yeah, this show kind of I think what I got from it was that it's sort of just like the effect that other people can have on your life, and like being shy and reserved is sometimes kind of misunderstood, and sometimes you need someone to drag you out of your shell. Like, it's not that you don't want to be out of your shell, but you just kind of like you need permission almost. Like,
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of like, okay, I don't want to bother anybody, so I'm not going to talk to anyone. But as soon as you sort of coax them out, and you're like, hey, you know, you can talk to me, you know, like, let's be buds. Like, what's his name? Shindo, the middle school friend. It's hilarious.
Oh, Shindo.
I love that. Oh man, I wish I had a friend like that in middle school.
just embarrassing your best friend by showing you a selfie that you did of you and her girlfriend, and he's so embarrassed. He's so embarrassed about it. He deletes it, calls you on the phone while he's there talking with the girl that he has a crush on, and he just yells at his best friend, "Die!"
Oh yeah, because Shindo answers like, "What up? What up?
Die!"
Oh, I loved it. Oh man.
And Hori's like, "Oh my goodness, I've never seen you like this. What is wrong with you?"
You're always so chill. Then like with the other guys, he's kind of a little bit more. Oh yeah. But yeah, Shindo just like randomly appears. Shindo just randomly appears like, where did you come from?
Oh man, what happened? After he got the haircut and Shindo sees it for the first time, he's like, "My Miyamura is gone forever!"
Yep.
He's that over-the-top friend
a little bit too extra, you know?
He's too extra, but he's the right kind of extra that you don't mind having around. You're embarrassed and annoyed by him, but you understand that he has good intentions. Mm-hmm. So, that's the wonderful thing about the show is like every single character has some significance and importance. Like they're not all throwaways.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Which is pretty amazing for like a 13 episode series.
Yeah.
That I can remember almost every single character like off the top of my head. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember their names, all of them, which is why I wrote them down. But you know.
So we'll go over a couple of them. Toru. Toru.
Ishikawa.
Yes, Ishikawa. so the one who had the crush on Hori first and actually kind of confronted Miyamura about it, but it wasn't like a physical confrontation. It was just more like, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to do this. Just okay?
Yep.
Okay.
And they become good friends after
They
that.
become bros. So much so that they have a fist fight over it.
Yep. I enjoyed sort of that aspect of it, where like basically there were people who like what's his name? Sengoku, the class president, who like the first time they met, Miyamura just like headbutted him or something, like just like there was something, he was like blaming Hori for something that wasn't her fault, and Miyamura headbutted him, and they were kind of rivals for a while, and
that was great.
And then they like pulled Sengoku into their circle, and they like became good friends and all that. So it was kind of the same with Ishikawa and what's his name? Yanagi, the one who asked out the cute little blonde girl with the sleeves.
Oh, Yuki?
Yuki, yeah, the one who asked out Yuki.
I love Yuki.
And she like turned him down, but then he was just so like, I guess like mature and accepting about it, you know.
And he's blind.
And he can't see. But
not bad by a man who's being not bad for a kid who's being voiced by one of the former original Power Rangers.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he's voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's like one of like the big like anime voice actors in the industry.
Dang. But yeah, I enjoyed that too, where it's like it was like hey, you want to go out sometime? And she's like, no, actually, and then he's like, all right, that's cool, I understand. And then like they become friends. They're not like awkward about it at all. It's just like they run into she and her sister run into him at like the mall or something, and
she's like, you denied him? Are you serious?
Like, how could you turn down such a dish? And he's like, wait a minute, she turned you down? And he's like, yep, yes she did.
She's like, what is wrong with you? I think that's just the wonder about this series is that like you're expecting like the usual things of like, oh, the rejection over top, and then it plays out like, no, it's cool. I'm like, sorry, excuse me?
Yep. I don't know. Up until that point, I was like, all this like high school drama and stuff. Like, am I just weird? You know, that none of that really happened with me. That it was always just like, oh yeah, sure, okay. I mean, you know, if you're not interested, that's fine. You know, like.
I mean, I've seen high school drama like carry on a lot, but that's also because I went to public school growing up. So
well, there's plenty of drama in private school too.
I can imagine, but again, don't have any genuine evidence for myself to back that up.
Oh yeah, mostly just watched it all.
But I think so a secret about me, like, again, I watch anime all the time. I've seen a whole bunch of anime, and of course, a lot of romantic comedy anime. I have lived through the trudge of different rom-com animes from the 2000s and early 2010s that are always just like, when are they going to get together? When are they going to get together? When they get together? All the side characters, like, get their moments, but the main couple never get together. Horimiya gets straight to the point and actually shows the feelings start to develop and jump upon it as soon as possible. Yeah. Just like, let the relationship form and let them discover it. Let them develop.
Yeah, like it's not about the will they, won't they. It's more like how their life, like how they sort of impact each other's lives going forward, being together, basically. Which I think is a lot stronger sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you get to see a little bit more of. It's like, in like a Jane Austen story, like the very last thing that happens is that they get together and we never see what they're like together. Really, it's just like,
But you see them like develop their relationship and how it affects everyone around them, like during their last year of high school. So you get to see like it grow all around them. Yeah. Which honestly, like, as someone who has grown up watching so much different romance side stories and so much media, just to see something like that, just be like, thank you. Treat us like thinking adults and just do something with this. Yep. Don't let the get-together be the end goal. Yep. Because I've seen that to death with so many different romance animes. The only thing that I can think is different that is like Horimiya in terms of, like, an anime that just started a relationship right off on the get-go and just see how it developed further was an anime called Wotakoi, where two office workers that are also geeks are like, do we hook up? Yes. I'm playing it very
that's like the inciting incident.
I'll trudge you through that. I think you would get a real joy out of that one. Okay. But
yeah, honestly, the thing about this show that I enjoyed the most was just the whole ensemble.
It became a huge ensemble piece. Like,
yeah, I wasn't expecting that. There were like whole episodes that were about like other characters, the side characters. Like there was one about Sengoku and Remy.
How they ended up together? Yeah. I found that so touching.
Yeah, I did too. I think probably one of my favorite lines from the whole show is in their story where they're like talking about, if you knew that it was the last day on Earth, what would you do? And he says, I confess that I like you, and I dissolve into space dust. The end. I love that.
It's so cheesy.
So much. But he said it like kind of, it was, I don't know, it was almost awkward, but sort of cute, and then I dissolve into space dust. The end.
The end. Oh, the member of the student council president, Sakura, who had the crush on Toru and
right, the little green-haired girl. Oh, that was so sad.
But the way that she like thanked him for being in her life, like during the final episode, the graduation, just being appreciative of like the time that they spent together.
Yeah.
Like no backlashing like drama or anything. Like
yeah,
it's so rewarding and just not. What's the best way to? Like almost self-affirming, almost just like a good soul feeling, like.
Yeah.
Watching a show where, like, there's an underlying fear that like, they're going to go into, like, this, conflict kind of stuff, because that's just the tropes that fall into, like, romance stories or just, like, high school dramas, like, throughout any kind of medium. But to take that kind of direction where it's just, it's a coming of age for all of them in multiple different forms.
Yeah, and I think, was it Sakura? She was talking to Sengoku about something. He's like, hey, what's up? Because like she was a little off or something.
Yeah, and
she just started sobbing and like broke down, and she was like, I just had my heart broken. That's it, you know. And
didn't he say something along the lines of like, what kind of idiot who would turn down someone like you?
They should be expelled. Yeah. But
it was over the top.
Yes, it was. But yeah, and sort of that whole situation where like she liked him and he she liked Toru and Toru didn't like her back, and there was some line, I think this was also Sengoku. He said something like it's nobody is at fault, and that makes it worse almost.
Yeah,
you know,
he did say
she
that.
couldn't even be mad at Toru really for letting her down, because he didn't do anything to her. He just couldn't give her what she wanted. You know.
Yeah, that's what made it like that much more harmful.
Yeah, because if he hadn't been, you know, so nice about it, she could have, I guess, maybe been mad at him instead of just being heartbroken. But
it also kind of reflects back, like, Toru's entire story. Like, since he had the feelings for Hori, he got rejected. He saw that both Miyamura and Hori had feelings for each other, and he's just talking to Miyamura, go for it. Like, I heard it with my own two earballs. Like, dude, like, take the chance.
My own two earballs.
And he grew up, and he grew over, and he was like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Just, it happened. It's done.
Yeah. A lot of it, I went back and forth kind of between like, oh my gosh, these silly high schoolers, to like, whoa, that was surprisingly mature.
Yeah.
You know,
it catches you off guard.
Yep. Yeah. And that whole what was I going to say? There was that talk that Hori and Miyamura had about yearbooks. Do you remember that? Where she was like, she was like, do you still have yours, or did you toss them? You know?
Oh yeah.
And he said, he said like, yeah. I mean, I was going to toss them, but like then I wound up keeping them, and I'm glad I did. My past experiences shaped me into what I am today.
I think that's like, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think for me, what really made this show for me was, again, Miyamura's character.
Yep, same.
He has basically become like one of my favorite like main characters in anime. I was very wary about the show in like the first 2 episodes. I'm like, okay, all right. And then at the beginning of episode 3 happened, and you get a glimpse into Miyamura's past. What happened? I'm like, oh no. No.
Yeah, you're just like, oh great. Yeah.
So, gonna go into a little bit of personal history for myself, but growing up in grade school, I was that kid. I was that kid that got shunned all the time, even throughout middle school and high school as well. Like, everybody either pretended I didn't exist, bullied me relentlessly, or just, I don't know, always had me as the outlier, the outcast. And watching that first half of episode 3, when I was originally watching this anime, I was watching it by myself. My little brother, I was sharing a room with my little brother at the time because like we had such close quarters together. He was just on his computer and stuff like that. I was trying everything in my power to not bawl my eyes out because I was feeling so overwhelmed. I'm like, oh no, please don't do this to me.
Bro, you okay? Yeah,
He actually did have to ask me if I was okay. I'm like,
man, no.
I'm like, can I just get a hug, please? He's like, yeah.
What are you doing? Watching anime? Ah. That's where you made your mistake.
I mean, he watches anime with me all the time too, so he understands. This character was really interesting, and like, I don't know. It was in episode 3, like when they're about to start like their senior year, and they're all in a group talking with each other, and he's like, "Do I even deserve to belong with them?"
Right. Yeah.
That's the line that broke me because. Wow, that's such a dark thing to think about.
Yeah, well, because, like, he was, like, sitting at his desk, and they were going to do a group project, and they all, like, moved their desks, like, all, like, next to him and stuff, and, like, basically, like engulfed him with their group. They're like,
and he's like, wait, whoa. He got overwhelmed.
He's like, what?
I'm like, this is new, can't,
Yep.
And like the little like bromance moment he shared with like like when they called each other's names.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when it's like someone call each other by their first names and they're like, oh my god.
He's like,
what is happening?
He's like, Toru, huh? You know, it makes it a lot harder when you're blushing like this, man.
Yeah. Oh man. But,
truly a bromance.
Yeah, but that character, it kind of like I didn't really get bullied or anything, but I was that shy, awkward kid. And like I was watching that, and I was that a whole his whole story, and I was like, I get it, and I think what really the part that got me was his dream he had about himself talking to his younger self.
Oh,
that just killed me so much. Like,
I had to keep pausing.
Yeah, because I keep on like a lot of the time we kind of look back on our past selves and we look at it and we're like, man, like that person that I used to be, I just hate them so much. Like, just sort of like, why were you like that? Why were you so, it's just like being mad at yourself for feeling the way you did and for not being happy, almost.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of, when you're kind of in a better place, you kind of try to just ignore that part of you, but like middle school Hannah is still here, and middle school Donald is still like part of you,
Right.
And it's like middle school sucks. Like,
yeah,
I can't think of I doubt there's anyone there who really enjoyed middle school and wants to remember it. But middle school was the worst.
Hellacious times.
Yeah, and it's a weird time, and like it can kind of haunt us later in life. Like, we could try to ignore that person that we used to be. We've always got like piercings in our ears or tats, from like
him
from us trying to change yourself, but you still feel sad on the inside, basically.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing where he was talking to his younger self in that dream, and his younger self says like, no one needs a loser like me around. Can I just die? And I was like, oh.
Yep. Yep.
He's like, can I just die? He's like, I don't do that yet. You're gonna meet a friend really soon, and then you're gonna meet a bunch of other people and stuff. If you just hold on, it'll get better.
I think it's with anime, especially with moments like that, when you can really draw out like the artistic imagination of what those kinds of moments can produce, whether it be fantastical or real life, and just really bring down to the nitty-gritty just through the motions of what's being shown through the animation, the emotion that the director wants you to feel in that moment.
Yeah.
is more raw than, like, sometimes more raw than, like, an actor on a stage or on a television screen can do.
Yeah. I think also, yeah, that sort of talking to your past self thing came back in the last episode as well, when he kind of imagined what graduation day would have been like if he had never met Hori outside of school and never, like, gotten to know her.
That
broke me. It was basically the same day, except, like, it was graduation day, except that instead of being friends with all of these people, he was still that weird reclusive kid, and, like, he, like, ran into one of them, and it was just this passing conversation.
Yeah.
But it just freaked him out, you know.
And so many other...
and it was this person who was his best friend at school in the real timeline.
And so many other crazy things happened. Apparently, Sengoku and Remy, like, split up.
Mm-hmm.
So many other different things happened. So many other connections were never even made. And, like, it's not a negative impact on, like, yeah, this is what their lives would have been and it would have sucked.
Yeah.
But it's just, like,
was just
timelines. It could have just ended up so much different.
Yeah, he could have had nothing good to remember from high school as well as middle school. It could have been exactly the same experience.
Which, honestly, I have had thoughts like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very real kind of anxiety and fear that often shows itself up in, like, the worst kind of moments.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I relate to Miyamura so much, because a lot of, like, his thought process and ways he thinks about, like, the world, his friends, just himself, painfully so, I feel like that I'm watching myself on screen at times.
Yeah.
And it got... my first watch through last year got so real so many times. Like, I legitimately had to pause so much to just take a breather, take a moment, especially because where I was living at the time, I was in such a closed space with, like, so many other people, and I'm like, I don't have a place to be by myself. I can't breathe. Walls are closing in.
Yeah.
And it's when the moments in the show get real, but they also assure you that you're in a safe place. Things are going to be okay.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think everything was going to be okay. I was like, something bad is going to happen here.
There's always... It's that human instinct in us that is like, we're always expecting the worst.
Yeah.
And it...
Honestly, I was expecting... Well, because like, from the beginning, it kind of reminded me of Perks of Being a Wallflower, so I was expecting Miyamura to have some sort of breakdown. But he didn't. Like, because he had made these friends and because he had met Hori that one day, like, he was fine. He was like he was a happy person.
The breakdowns we mainly saw were just, like, the conversations that he basically had with himself. Like, the last one that he had on the rooftop with, like, who he was, like, a year prior.
Yeah.
And he said, I understand where I was, and I'm not going to run away from that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be okay. I'm like, yes!
Yeah.
And it's the moments in the show when things get real and they just acknowledge... I'll be honest, one of my favorite moments actually came from the episode after... For better... Like, I mean... Let's be honest, they did the thing. When Hori was trying to be on advice from the other girls, like, be a damsel in distress from Miyamura, and it just was not working.
Yeah.
Which basically kind of led to, like, them just being in the dark alone together, and they did the thing.
They did the do.
It wasn't that moment, but it was the moment after with Hori's little brother Sota.
Mm-hmm.
That just like. Miyamura reassuring him, like, it's going to be okay.
Remember that. He's like, I'm not going to steal her from you. She's still your sister.
And I'm always going to be your big brother.
Aw. Yes, he called him Big Bro.
Yep.
That's so cute.
So, after I finished this show, I actually started reading the manga. I'm still in the middle of reading it. There's a lot of stuff that they actually missed out on certain things. Actually, for a while, Yuki was kind of in love with Miyamura after seeing him without glasses, but she didn't know who he was.
Oh.
At the beginning.
That's funny.
They didn't really jump too much on that. It kind of quickly dissipated after that. But it was the chapter in which they did the thing. How Soda reacted was kind of different afterwards because Miyamura came back the next day. Soda gave him something that he apparently left there yesterday. Miyamura's like, did Soda see us? And Soda asked, so do you and Big Sis always do that kind of thing? But he said that in a state of worry because it's like, are you taking her from me? Because he actually cared.
Yeah.
And I read that and I'm like, that is so much more powerful of a moment. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
And Hori overhearing all of it, and it's just so touching. I'm like, oh. Hori's entire family is a lot of fun. Her dad.
Oh my gosh.
Kyosuke is what in the world?
Ridiculous. Oh man.
Oh, her dad is so over the top, and it's amazing. Wait, honey. I can't help but notice that Miyamura is using my dinner plate. Oh, I thought you would have been leaving soon. What the heck? They're just treating him like an afterthought.
Yep. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
Oh, so great.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what was going on with that. Was he was living somewhere else or something? Like her parents were like separated, but I think sometimes. I think he was like off on like a business trip for like a long time and it comes back. A lot of there are moments in other like forms of media like businessmen do have to like travel like outside the country a lot, and it's usually like extended periods of time. So. Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason
I think it was supposed to reflect that.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought that it was sort of a weird family situation where mom and dad aren't together anymore, but they're still kind of doing the family things for the sake of the children.
Indeed.
Yeah.
They never actually explain like what he does. He's just a wandering father. I'm like, what? What does that even mean?
A wandering
father.
What does that
even mean? But yeah, there were a lot of different like arcs, like especially like there was like an entire like summertime like festival kind of thing like they did not really do in the anime. They showed hints of it like throughout like when certain animations in the opening changed like halfway through the series, like them playing with like fireworks on a beach.
Oh right, yeah, I was wondering what that was about. I was like, are they gonna go to a beach at some point here?
Yeah, I think it was like an alluding to that, but they never really did on it. There was an entire arc apparently where both Miyamoto and Sengoku were trying to get out of swimming lessons for specific reasons. I haven't reached that part yet, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I can't wait to reach that part of the manga.
Yep. Oh man.
But yeah, the manga is a heck of a read.
Wow.
It's a heck of a read.
I haven't read any manga yet of any kind. I've been kind of like waiting for one to jump out at me that I will really enjoy, I guess.
I definitely understand that. I definitely do understand that because I think manga is a little bit more of an investment and a commitment than anime can be at times.
Yeah. So kind of like I think to myself, okay, like it's gotta be something that like really really good that I really enjoy, because like otherwise I'm gonna get like sucked into something that's sort of, and what a binger I am with these things. I'm like,
yes,
okay, once I start, I have to finish, or I won't be able to start something else.
I remember when you first got sucked into My Hero, like that was.
Yeah. Oh man. That was a great time.
And then all the prodding. Donald, watch it.
You gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it, Donald.
You gotta watch it.
I did. No worries.
Man.
No worries. We got.
Hurry up and watch that show, you freaking nerd!
Going full Bakugo. Never go full Bakugo.
Bakugo.
Oh, speaking of bullying, stuff like that, the the small arc that with Miyamura's old bully coming out.
The guy with the kind of like periwinkle colored hair.
Yeah. Being entirely judgmental on him because, like, oh, he does this, blah, 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 blah. Just being very, just judgmental on him. Here it is. Tanihara was his name, the former bully. Just judging him from first. It was, I think it was the moment when he visited Miyamura's family's cafe.
Oh, yeah.
The cake shop.
Yeah.
And he admitted to himself afterward, I misjudged him. And they didn't actually do much with him on that in the anime. Now that I think about it, I'm like, you just have for that one episode and this disappeared. I hope there's more background to that when I read through the manga. I'll let you know when I figure that out.
Yeah.
But overall, like, this show really sucked me in upon first viewing, and I'm really glad that I got to watch it. Like, it's nothing. I wouldn't say it's anything groundbreaking or just setting any kind of new records, but in terms of like an anime that you can just like sit down, lose yourself in, and just have the feelings come out of you, but at the same time be reassured that everything's okay, is kind of a rarity.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that the rom-com anime is my favorite genre, but of course not. You gotta watch a variety of things. Like, not everything can be Lord Explosion Murder all the time, you know?
Right. I mean, if it is your cup of tea to have like more explosion stuff like that, by all means, more power to you.
I like unhappy endings with lots of violence.
Please don't read Berserk. Don't read Berserk, trust me.
Wait, what?
Just
Berserk?
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But, overall,
Overall.
Yay, nay?
Overall, yay.
Yay, okay. Alright. Awesome.
Well, yeah. I started this review the way I start many. I was unenthused at first. But it grew up on me. We should put that on a button also. I was unenthused at first.
with just like a small little chibi painting of you with like a cup of tea. I was unenthused at first.
Yeah, it was unenthused at first. Then, alas, it grew upon me and made me have
with little chibi hands just pushing up on your little chibi nose some glasses.
Yes. Regrettably, it made me feel things.
Regrettably, she says.
It is regrettable.
Well, I think we can leave it off at that. There's really nothing much else to do.
There he goes, that strange, beautiful boy. That was another of my favorite lines. He so freaks out and goes running away. He's like, oh! There he goes, that strange beautiful boy.
If you guys haven't checked out Horimiya yet, it is now available on Crunchyroll in both dub and sub. Both of them are absolutely...
And dubstep.
Both of them are great. Definitely recommend checking out both the sub and the dub, especially in terms of the dub, where you can hear Kagi Films, Alejandro Sub, as Miyamura. He does a fantastic job on it. Absolutely great work.
Yeah.
I
like your hands.
Love you, Alejandro.
I like your hands.
That entire thing from episode 3?
Yeah. So weird.
Why does your finger bend like that?
I don't know. Well. Shall we?
Yep.
Shall we end this?
Let's end this.
Yep.
So.
You dumb hoe.
I'm deceased.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the General Geekery podcast. That's all I know of the outro.
I'm back. Don't worry, I've recovered. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you like what you hear here and you want to listen to more, you can check us out wherever podcasts are found. We are on Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts. You can even check us out with the full playlist.
That fickle mistress Apple Podcast.
And if you guys want to listen to the entire chronology of the podcast from beginning to end, we have the full playlist available on YouTube. It is right in the description of this episode. If you want to support the show in any way, shape, or form, we have our Patreon and our Coffee links right down below for you guys to check out. Donate to us, and also on our Patreon, check out some exclusive content, and also get access to episodes early before they go live on streaming platforms. If you guys want to chat with me and Hannah a little bit more, you can either join our Discord server, the General Geekery Guild. GGG! Right in the description of this episode. Otherwise, you can find us on social media on Instagram at General Geekery and at Gen Geek Podcast on Twitter. Ooh, sorry, hiccup. You can check Hannah out on Instagram at Pythian Legume, on DeviantArt at
Dolman Bright.
Dolman Bright, thank you. And also you can check her out on Loaded Dice Adventures on Twitch for Avenaria Awakenings and Avenaria Corsairs, which I am also a part of. Yay!
That's so funny. You were like, and you can also check her out. And I was like, what is this other thingy that you can check me out on? I have no idea. Just doing so many things.
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
Yes, like, Hannah, you were there last night.
We were just there 24 hours ago.
I know.
And as for me, you guys can check me out on social media at Twitter and Instagram at RizakiMK7. You can also check me out at Twitch at that name at RizakiMK7 as well, streaming a bunch of different games, opening card packs, whole lot of fun shenanigans abound. And speaking of the Twitch page, be sure to check in to that page. It's a week from today of recording. We will be going live on Twitch April 28th for a live episode of General Geekery for Anime April. And we are talking about a anime film that several of you voted on for us to review. And we are going to be reviewing Redline.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait for it. Hope to see you guys there. Hope to have a fun time as always. So that's going to be April 28th, Thursday, April 28th. We'll have times and schedules for you guys ready in the week. Until next time, this has been episode 114 of the General Geekery Podcast. 11-4. All about Horimiya. For Hannah Kubiak, I'm Donald Kaczynski, and until next time, guys, don't be like Hori and keep up to date with popular music. She doesn't know popular music, but yet she knows the entire lyrics to an anime theme.
I mean,
I'm the same too, so I can't really judge. But,
a theme from MHA runs through my brain.
Fair enough. But always remember to keep your geek on.
Always.
Clink, clink. Bye, guys.
It's alright.